Hello, my sunflowers. How are you at the first of the year? Again, Happy New Year. I hope 2025 be nothing but a blessing, okay?
Yes.
Now, with that being said, we hope and wish that you would subscribe to us. And we're trying to reach that 3,000. And you know when we reach the 3,000, we're going to go 4,000 and 5,000. But nevertheless, we hope that you subscribe, yes.
Like,
yeah,
comment.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we like.
Support.
I don't know why I had freezer burn. I don't know. My brain went but nevertheless, please subscribe and like us. And if you get this far now in our videos, then that means you like us.
Yes.
Show us.
Thank you.
Thumbs up. Subscribe.
Yes. Become a sunflower.
Sunflowers. Hello, my sunflowers. How are you on this Friday evening? Well, I hope everything with you is copacetic. As for baby Crone and I, do you know we are still snowed in? We are still snowed in.
Yes, we are.
And since this is news recap, let's give you a recap about us first. We're snowed in. How many inches is out there?
Oh, I'm not sure at the moment.
Was about 4 inches. Yeah. It's not that. It's just that the streets are clear.
Yeah, streets are clear.
We live on a hill. Like it's like we here, and you have to go down. We like a pipe stem.
Yes, I like that.
You know, and so it's long, and so I can't go out there. And we were going to do the snow, but the snow blower broke, and I just bought it 2 years ago. But because we didn't have no snow, it just stopped working. We don't know what's wrong with it. Is the oil old? Is the gasoline old in it? If anybody know anything about snow blowers, it's brand new. Well, it was only used once. And gas is in it, but it's been in there for 2 years because Maryland hadn't had snow in about 2 to 3 years. At least know that we had dusters where you didn't need it. So if anyone out there know anything about what's going on with my snow blower and why it won't work, because we have been stranded in the house, stranded like a fool. So anyway, with that being said, let's just get into it about the news recap. I just wanted you to know that I want to get out of the house.
Yes, speaking of snow, apparently it is snowing all along the East Coast because it's snowing in Florida, I've heard.
No way.
Yes. I've seen...
Is it snowing or just snowing?
It's, at least from the video I saw, it was looking like slushy, like wet snow.
Oh like my God, slush. I gotta call my cousin and gloat a little bit. Because I know if it is, she is having a fit. She's like, y'all better get yourself back up there to the north.
Yeah, I was surprised. And I heard that it was ice.
Sunflowers for you, cuz.
Yeah, for real.
Sunflowers.
I even heard it was icy in Texas. So I don't know what's going on here in the States.
I know, and it's other places that's snowing and places that don't. Mm-hmm. We haven't had a snow like this in about, 3 years?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, Maryland used to snow, but then it stopped. The winters are not really bad here, but this year, this has made me want to get.
It snowed and stuck.
Yes, it makes me want to pack my bags and run. But with that being said,
yes, enough complaining about the weather.
It's not enough. It is what it is.
Yeah. Speaking of somebody who is not enjoying the weather because he's probably too busy being behind bars, is Diddy. However, he is having a $50 million defamation against the grand jury for, as he says, fueling media frenzies and lying, essentially. Basically saying that these allegations about what he's done sexually is not true, and is feeding into the hype and making him look like a bad boy or like a monster. Which, speaking of which...
Well, first of all, no one has to make you look like a monster. You look like a monster when that video came out and you beat that woman. You didn't hit her. You beat her
Yeah.
and kicked her. Nobody made you look like a monster. When you sent those people out and told them to walk to get Beyonce cheesecake, that's monstrous. No one makes you look like a monster when people have worked for you and you didn't pay them their due. No, boo. You are a monster. However, I looked at the documentary and it did make me feel some people, when they are abused, they have a softer heart and they grow up and they understand. And then some people, they become abusers.
Yes.
You was abused as a kid, allegedly, according to the thing on Peacock. What did you see about it, baby Crone?
Yes, they talked about his childhood.
Yes,
and how
I thought it was very good.
How at a very young age, his father had passed away, actually was
gunned down.
At the age of 3, he was when that happened. And
he used to wear Gucci watches. He was a very good dresser. People were jealous of him and he would get beat up.
Yes.
And stuff taken. That's terrible. And I'm sorry that happened to him. I really did. But you would think somebody who's been abused would say, you know what? I won't be that way. You know? I won't.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think Diddy is a Scorpio. So I
remember it was this girl in my class many years ago in elementary. She terrorized me. I mean, literally terrorized me. And it was nothing I could do about it. She beat me up. That wasn't good enough. She pulled my hair. Wasn't good enough. She made everybody turn against me. It wasn't good enough. She just didn't like me. She didn't like me because she probably thought I was cute and didn't like me. I'll never forget it. And I was petrified. I remember feeling sick, having to go to school and deal with this stuff. And my mom, she hit her back, and I'm not a fighter. Anybody knows me, I ain't a fighter. However, I do the best I can if you push me to it. Now, I do the best I can. I'll do something. But fighting is not my thing. I don't. She gave me a black eye. I'm a little kid. But when I came home with a black, that's when my family got involved. And when my family got involved, it got worse because when we got back to school, she was in my class again. And guess what? She terrorized me for telling. I couldn't win with this woman. But later on in life, she came into the salon and she saw me and she chose me to do her hair. I wasn't scared of her then. I just didn't know how to deal with it. I'm not going to say her name. I just didn't know how to deal with it. And she apologized to me. She said, I'm so sorry for picking on you. I shouldn't have done that. You didn't deserve it. She told me that. And for that, I'm grateful. But it left a stain on me. It left a stain. But I would never beat on somebody and terrorize someone like that because I know what it's like. Go ahead.
Yep. That just shows you that at young ages, children.
But that shows me what her family was like.
She was just mimicking
her family and what she was. Somebody probably was doing that to her.
Exactly. So because of that, at least like you said, showing the two sides of the coin, she was able to move past it, heal from it, and not continue to perform those acts. While Diddy, on the other hand,
he chose
and actually probably got worse with it and demonic with it, probably even. So it was, but yeah, it's just interesting. It's you did say don't be surprised if Diddy's going to get off because now he's having a defamation case saying that they are defaming his name.
Well, they are. How true? I don't know. We don't know anything. But don't be surprised if he get off or get less time. I don't know. We don't know. I have to do a read on him, but I'm waiting a little bit. I'm waiting.
The next person that ironically has another defamation case out is Chris Brown against Warner Brothers, a $500 million defamation case. because in this docu-series that the Warner Brothers produced had some allegations about Chris Brown being sexually assaulting this person, which was completely false. And they put it in there. He's saying that they put it in there knowing that was completely false in order to defame him, especially this is a documentary series and you're supposed to be getting the details. To slip that in there, Chris Brown basically just said, nah, not my name.
And he's standing up and he's fighting for his rights. You know, I think that Chris Brown get a bad rap.
He really do.
I really do. And I'm not saying that he is not a good boy. He has admitted that, I do have trouble with my temper. Yes. He admits that. Mm-hmm. But I think he gets a bad rap. I really do. And it gets monotonous when you are constantly digged and poked and prodded for something you got in trouble with when you was 18 years old. Yes. He was a kid. What was he, 17? Young. And people change.
Yes.
People change. Excuse me. Mark that.
Okay.
Just mark it. Mm-hmm. People change. There it is. Okay. You got me? Mm-hmm. Here I go. People change. And leading into that, this is what's going on when they said about Snoop Dogg and all of them voting for the president during the show.
Yes, the inauguration.
The inauguration. People change. However, I did a video on Snoop and I told y'all that he's sold out.
Yeah.
But there are reasons why people do the things that they do. He's up there in white world. That's what I call it.
He is.
He's in white world and he got an offer to do the president. And it's an honor to me. Mm-hmm. And I like the way that other people had viewed this. It's like, I don't have to vote for you, but if you want me to do your show, A, it's money, B, it's an honor. I don't have to like the president.
Right, but just the fact
I don't know him. I don't have to stand for his cause, but to do an inauguration?
Right, that just means the president probably likes your music or knows of.
Or trying to reach out to blacks. Why would he call black people? He got Nelly. He got Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy said he need the money. Nelly was like, I don't know. And not only that, Ashanti getting a backlash because of what her husband's doing. You know what, people? We got to stop this. People are free to vote for who they want. Don't put us back in slavery. Why are you shocked about Snoop Dogg? Remember when Snoop Dogg said what he said and Oprah got on him? He came right out and apologized. People, he just don't seem confrontational like that.
No.
He seemed like he got a lot of mouth, but he just seemed like he just a cool cat. Like, I'm just going to go with the flow.
That's exactly why. He's a Libra. He plays it well.
He plays at both ends. There's no loyalty with Libras. I mean, I don't mean it literally, meaning that they're going to go on the side. They are the balance. They're the scales. I don't think that when he did it, he could have done it for them. I'm sure he got paid handsomely for it. I'm sure they all did, according to their ranks. Mm-hmm. But Soulja Boy said, look, I need the money. Rick Ross, I don't know. I don't really care because I just feel all I'm saying is don't put us back in slavery.
Yeah.
It's like blacks are putting us in slavery. We are free to choose. Let them choose what they want to do. And if you want to don't follow them or don't want to play their music, fine. Mm-hmm. But it has to be their choice. Our people died for choice. And even though it's Republican or Democrat, it's a choice. Mm-hmm. And I'm for the freedom of that.
Yeah.
What do you say, baby Crone?
Yes, freedom of choice. If we can really get back to honoring the freedom of speech in this country, it will be beautiful.
And freedom of choice.
Yes.
And I just, that's all I have to say. Just, you know, I could be mad at Snoop for what he said 9 years ago, 10, 11, 12, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But people change. He's not the person then. He's an older man. They a grandpa. What, he 50-something years old?
Let me see. Yeah, you're right.
Come on. You can't judge somebody. Come on, people, my people.
Yeah, he does give Unc vibes.
He's Unc. You can't let Unc be Unc. And he can be a little wishy-washy. How old is he?
53.
He old. What's his sign?
A Libra.
Oh, that's right, Libra.
Mm-hmm, yes. Born on the 20th, actually.
And when them scales are off.
Oh, so he's born at the very tail end of Libra.
So he got Scorpios too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my opinion about that, let them vote. If you don't like it, fine. But I just hope and pray we stop with this bantering. We're going to stay with the Democratic Party. Stop. Let people choose. This is why this was always private. And it's like you're not black enough if you don't choose Democrat. You know, that's why I'm not even, and that's why I don't even get into it. Because when we got into the politics and we were neutral.
Mm-hmm,
we got slaughtered. We got a lot of people that left us, and it was awful.
Yeah, they take the black card a little too serious.
Too seriously. People. Come on. Everybody's entitled to the freedom to choose. Don't make it ugly. And I know the people watch us not doing that.
Right, of course.
Because the people that watched us, and I felt that they left me. They left baby Crone up. They left. Oh my God. It was like I was horrified.
Yeah.
And I said nothing only because I predicted that he was going to win. And that was way early in the game. And they took me out. Didn't they?
Yep, they did.
I was like flowing and they left. Hopefully they'll come back. I'm just for freedom of the people, a freedom of choice, and a freedom of speech. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
And speaking on that, we're so glad that TikTok came back on. People say it was a hoax. It could have been.
It could have been.
People said that, I don't know, but I have to say from what I know, Trump got to turn back on. Mm-hmm. He said he would, and he did. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I'm neutral in all of this.
CEO of TikTok when it came back on, thank the president
because they were working it out.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it. Yeah. So for those that was crying and about to stab yourself in the forehead, it's back.
Yeah.
Be grateful.
Although I think it does have one more pass to go through in June with the Supreme Court. So I'm not sure.
Do you think that they're going to sell out to an American?
TikTok is worthless. Worthless if I don't approve it. It has to close. I learned that from the people that own it. If I don't do the deal, it's worthless, worth nothing. If I do the deal, it's worth maybe $1 trillion, $1 trillion. So if I do the deal I'm talking about doing it for the United States. If I do the deal for the United States, then I think we should get half. In other words, I think the U.S. should be entitled to get half of TikTok. And congratulations, TikTok has a good partner. And that would be worth, it could be $500 billion or something. It's crazy. The numbers are crazy. But it's worthless if the president doesn't sign, then it's worthless. If the president does sign, it's worth maybe $1 trillion. So I think, like a joint venture, I think we would have a joint venture with the people from TikTok. We'll see what happens.
Do you know what? I just saw a video about Trump talking about the prices, about what would happen if Americans bought out TikTok. He said it would be a very, he said the numbers are crazy. He was sprouting them off pretty much.
Were they good?
Yeah, he said that if America bought out TikTok, I think he said that would be like, what, 500 billion? No.
Not bill, do you think?
A 500 million investment. Yeah, something like that. 500 was the number. Now, if it was a million or a billion, I'm not quite sure. But like he said, it was crazy big numbers. So he was like, it will be a very good
But
investment.
I'm afraid that if American take over, they're going to change it.
Yes, because he says America should have about 50% of TikTok.
I agree. And if you want to have it here, which apparently America is a large portion of TikTok, because honestly, when I look at TikTok, I don't never see Asians. However, they all over it.
All you just have to do is just get into that TikTok algorithm because I enjoy K-pop. K-pop pops up on my.
So you do get K-pop?
Yes, I do get K-pop.
I get everything but. I don't get K-pop at all. Nothing Asian, nothing personal against Asians.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't show up. That I did when they called it TikTok, I didn't even know it was TikTok because of Asians. That it's an Asian thing until all of this went on.
Yeah, I didn't know either, honestly.
So now I know. But I enjoy TikTok. I'm telling you, you laying in the bed, you tired late at night, you get up, you want some giggles, you want some laugh, you want to be grossed out, you whatever you want. TikTok got it. You want to sit back and watch them sell stuff, buy stuff, it's there for you. You want your cards read, you got it.
Yes.
Whatever you want. You want to look at news, you got it. You want to know about the weather, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see what's going on, you want to know about monsters. I enjoy TikTok.
That is true.
Dancing, music, you name it. I love TikTok. It had Baby Crone turned me on. Now I'm a ticky. Now I watch it. It took me a while before I got it. It took me a while to get into it and plus it don't hold you there for hours unless you want to.
Right. I think the only reason why, at least for me, why it was hard to get into TikTok at first, because the algorithm wasn't personalized to me. They would show me some content where I'm just like, oh, I don't like that. I would scroll through. But like once you start getting into things that you like and you like things, or you like watch something or view somebody's profile, TikTok be like, oh, okay, you into this kind of content. Then it starts pushing content. And then that's when you start getting stuck there for hours because you're just like, oh, one video.
And it's so good. Go, I mean, what they say when you share, I share videos. We be sharing videos, be right in the house, sharing videos all day. I enjoy it. So it's a comfort for me.
Yes,
it's like a comfort food. I missed it and I'm glad it's back and I hope it's here to stay. Yes. I like TikTok.
Mm-hmm. And then last in the court cases to talk about is A$AP Rocky.
Yeah.
You had just recently done
I just read on him.
Yes.
So this is before I knew that case was today. I didn't know it was today. And ironically, I read on them today and it should be posted.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But what's going on? Do you know?
It was opening statements today, and then on Tuesday, so earlier this week, the jury was selected.
So he wanted to be tried by his own peers. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see what I thought when you look at the video.
Mm-hmm.
It's just got to be harsh. This is awful. And they said that it wasn't even a real gun. What kind of gun was it?
A
pop gun. One of them. Not a real one.
Right. I think they said a pistol prop gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, pistol prop gun. That's what it was. It wasn't even a real gun. It wasn't a gun to kill anyone, right?
No. Because especially according to the police reports, there was no shells found. But according to the friend, he went back to the crime scene and was like, I told
2 days later.
Uh-huh. Anyway.
Do you think I would believe that? Even if it was true. Because you could have done that.
Exactly.
I don't know.
If the authorities didn't find anything, that's suspicious.
So I don't know. But we'll see. But you wasn't harmed.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is, we'll see. I don't know. I tell you what I think when you look at the video.
Mm-hmm,
and I tell you what I think and what the cards say. Mm-hmm. Because I did read on it. What's the name of the video?
Will A$AP Rocky do jail time?
Will A$AP Rocky do jail time? We don't know. And speaking of jail time, what about the Kardashians? Riri is going full force.
Yes, she is.
She's going full force. Do you think she's going to win it? Do you think they say she won? I don't know that the Kardashians are banned. However, a lot of people, not just Rihanna, don't want the Kardashian there.
Already Anna Wintour didn't. So.
And they definitely, and her thing is with Kendall. I guess because she had a relationship, because Kendall and ASAP had a intimate relationship. They used to date. I told ya. And I guess that and the situation when her friend was supposed to model and Kendall took her, knocked the friend out and put her in. I think and many people say, where does Rihanna get the power? Well, ASAP Rocky, he is let me get my notes. ASAP Rocky is on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put my glasses
the board of the Met Gala.
He's on the...
Just like how Jay-Z's on the board of the NFL football league.
Yeah. He's on the planning committee. So he's got a lot to say. And I guess if he's on the planning committee, just like Jay-Z stopped Lil Wayne because of beef they had years ago or whenever.
Yeah.
The same thing. I guess when you got the power, you got the power.
It's all about the connections to who you know, baby.
You got the power. When you got the power like that, you could do what you do. So we'll see. I don't know. They said that they were disinvited. At least some of them I've heard. Not all of them would attend. However, if somebody don't want me to go to the Met Gala,
would you be offended?
Yes. However, I wouldn't put myself through it. It ain't that deep for me. But I can tell you one of the Kardashians that wouldn't care. I could tell you one of the Kardashians that really wouldn't give a ding-a-ling-dong if they didn't go, and that would be Khloe.
Okay.
Because I don't think I've ever really seen her at the Met Gala.
Khloe at the Met Gala? No, not in a few years.
In a few years. So I don't think she would care. People are wondering how she has the power because of her boyfriend or her. I like to say that what do you call people when they're not married, but it's a name. I can't think of it. But anyway, I truly believe, I look at them as a married couple, whether they have papers or not. But that's why she's doing it with them. Anything you want to say about that?
No, I mean, there's, like you said, there's so many celebrities who just feel like the Kardashians maybe not have earned their rightful place to be walking on the Met Gala, maybe.
Go ahead.
That was all I pretty much had.
So the Kardashians, I would say 50-50. There's always going to be 50% that's going to love them, and then another 50% that just don't care for them and don't care for them at all, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
I can see it from both sides. But for me, I find that the Kardashians are self-centered. And they do what's right for them. And at every turn, they always seek to do, just even with the fires and the water. Yes. They are very selfish, in my opinion. And they got fame. It was just meant for them to be famous. They're famous for being famous. They're famous for being famous. They're not famous over their father. They were known through their father. They got famous because of Kim Kardashian and Ray J video. Outside of that, and then they got even more famous when Kylie Jenner got pregnant with Travis. They just get famous for things that are obnoxious. Not the baby, of course.
Right, yes.
But for doing things that goes against the norm. You got this rich white family.
Yeah.
And the young girl, she's young. She's pretty much a baby. She likes black men. She gets pregnant by a black man. Can you see the ruckus of that? So I see all of that. Now she's in a relationship with Timothy
Chalamet.
And their word is out that he's using her for her ride, her plane, and her assets. I don't know about these things, but we'll let you know when the Kardashian come back, because these eyes will be watching.
Yes.
And so all these things are being said about the Kardashians, but they thrive. They live on drama. They live on toxicity. That's just who they are. That's how they made it. They made it by
word of association.
They all good looking family.
Yeah.
But they're aging, and
there's such thing as aging out.
They're aging out. Their looks and things are just not popping like it used to. I don't go to them for fashion trends anymore. They're just not that anymore. They were the creme de la creme at one point, and it's just not. And hopefully they'll know when to give up the gauntlet. Hopefully. Now, with that being said, I see here Jeannie Ma got into some kind of discrepancy with going to, what's his name?
Jeezy.
Go ahead.
Yes. Apparently outside of his house, allegedly, they had a showdown or a disagreement trying to come to a resolution over something. And Jeannie Ma just happened to call the police.
And people are saying she's bitter. Well, bloggers are saying she's bitter. She did have that was terrible. What he did to her was unstinkable.
And now they have
did you hear what I said?
Yep, unstinkable.
Unstinkable. It was just terrible. And she ain't over it. But we don't know what happened.
Right.
We don't know, but whatever it was, I think that she went there to pick up some of her stuff. Didn't this happen a year or two ago?
Let me see if I can find out.
I don't even remember, but I do see some hostility, and under the circumstances, she probably never forgive him for what he has done for her. If it was for me, I would have to really, because I don't think I could forgive somebody after this kind of, he humiliated her worldwide. And no matter what, I don't know Jeannie. I like Jenny. What's her name? Jenny?
Yeah, Jeannie.
I don't like Jenny. I mean, I like Jeannie, but I feel as though she didn't deserve that. Matter of fact, I'm going to go a step further. Any decent woman don't deserve that, especially one that had your child. You don't do that. You don't. And it wasn't cool what he did.
Yes, I think it was last year, because it says that after a couple of months later, after their divorce was settled in June of 2024, Jeannie said that she had items that she needed to pick up from Jeezy's home in Georgia.
That's right.
How
and the guard wouldn't let her in, or security wouldn't let her in.
It says the judge ruled that Jeannie could pick up the items within 21 days from Jeezy's house. So,
and they wouldn't let her in to do it. See? Tacky. And people are saying, why didn't she get her stuff? She had 21 days, so her divorce has just been final?
It was finalized last year in June.
Okay. So why did he say he gave her 21 days? But it's over 21 days.
Yes, that's why he was like wondering if this was an old incident that had happened.
Sometimes bloggers pick up stuff and renew stuff you don't know. I don't know. That's just what I heard. How recent was that fight? That was recent, right?
Yeah, this article was just written on the 22nd, so 2 days ago.
Okay, see. So, well, anyway, that's all we know about that. On another note, I heard that Larry Reid Live messed with some boys, and it's coming out. And one of the men, they're men now, and saying they were 16, and they're saying that this stuff is old. However, I'm just getting a whiff of it. I don't follow Larry Reid, but he made the news, so I have to mention it in our news recap.
Yes.
And in the news recap, this is what it's saying. So it could be old. I'm sure it's old, about 2 a year ago. I don't know, but no matter what people do, what I've learned, you could speak the truth from here to the kingdom. People are still going to follow bad behavior.
Yes.
If he done this, this is horrible, because I always see Larry fighting for injustice.
Yes.
But how can you fight when you just as guilty? I mean, he really went in on T.D. Jakes. He don't went into another pastor, and yet his slate isn't clean, allegedly. I don't know. This is word on the curve. Now, so on another note, here's another thing. It's out. I read on it. It should be out there, or will be. And what my card said. I believe where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yes.
And it's allegedly that Barack is and Barack and
Jennifer Anderson
are having an affair. I don't believe that. I'm not going to say I don't believe. I don't put none past anybody. I'm not God. I don't know, but I did read on the situation. But what I do believe in what my card said, there is trouble in paradise. Now, whether it's whether it's Jennifer Anderson, he has stepped out of the marriage, allegedly, according to my reading. But when you see it, you judge for yourself. But whether it was, the card showed it, whether it was Jennifer Anderson, that I don't know. I didn't even elaborate on that because I ain't feeling that. But the card showed that he's not squeaky clean as people think that he is. People really think that Barack is the creme de la creme, and he has shown that he is not. So, there were things going out that he was gay, that Michelle was a woman, that a man turned to a woman. So, there's always been rumors. So I don't know. But what I do believe, that there is trouble in paradise. I do believe that, because it started last year. As I said, when she went on the trip, they wasn't together. She always stood by Barack no matter what. And now she's not there. I truly believe that there's trouble in paradise. However, I said it then on my reading. I said now, from what I gather, Barack don't want a divorce. I hope they don't. And I hope whatever they go through, that they work it out.
Yes.
I would hate that. And most of all, I got to speak it. I don't think that there has been one president that has divorced. And I hope we're not the first. We were the first. He was the first true Black president and served 8 years. And I hope that he's not the first to get a divorce. Whatever they're going through, I hope they work it out. Whether it's Jennifer Anderson or whoever, I put nothing past no one and say that anyone is beyond anything. Where there is smoke, there is fire. And maybe it wasn't Jennifer Anderson. It could have been someone else. However, my card showed me that whatever it is, Michelle was tired and she's sick of it. And my cards told me not only that she's tired and sick of it, she just not going to sit back and play the fool. It's over. You're not a president. I don't have to live that life. I don't have to live under this deception. I don't. And deception was indicated in the reading.
It was.
And that's what I'm saying. And I read on ASAP Rocky. It showed, again, that this man was not. I'm not saying he's not going to do time. I'm just saying he is not going to do 24 years. If he does, I would be shocked. I really would. I'm not saying he might do 5 years, 7 years, 3 years, a year. I don't know, but we will see. We will see. I read and I cast what my cards say and let them speak for themselves. Let the truth be the truth. And also on my read, what else? Oh, yes. It also showed up that Bethany Frankel had skin cancer under her eye, and I saw her on TikTok, and she was just absolutely devastated. I understand because I don't know how bad it was, but it reminded me of Khloe Kardashian having skin cancer. So let's see. She's worried, but I hope it's not as bad as. Excuse me. Some people, I'm not saying this is or isn't. Sometimes people get bad news and it was taken care of and they still like the pity of the people. I'm not saying that's it. I'm just saying I'm glad it wasn't breast cancer, stomach cancer, colon cancer,
Yeah.
kidney cancer, lung. I'm just glad it wasn't that. I'm sorry it's cancer, period. But she was devastated by it. And, things like that is an eye opener. And I said it, I sent her a text. I wish her the best. And as for me, I wish her the best because at the time I text that, I didn't know what it was. But because I was going to talk about her, she's recovering from skin cancer. I wish her the very, very best. Now, on another note, and I think this is where I think I covered everything that I can think of, is Sexy Red.
Yes.
Sexy Red Sexy Red has been posting pictures with her and Martin Luther King Jr. I don't like to say Jr., but her and Martin Luther King posing with her, dancing with them with a stack of money, looking hoish. That was a man of God. Even though he wasn't perfect, he still represent God for what we know. And for her to do it, I felt that the family felt like that was desecration of who he was.
It definitely was.
And I agree. I think that there is a time and a place, and I just felt like that's taking it too far.
Yeah.
I did.
Honestly, that would just be fitting right up there on Sexy Red's alley because with her one song we did see her twerking and shaking it down in the Oval Office in imagery and Sexy Red for president. So we see how she takes it seriously.
Well, it lets me know with everything going on in this country, patriotism, it seemed like it's just falling by the wayside. It just seemed like you don't just see patriotism anymore. It just seemed like it's just desecrated.
Yes.
And that lets you know where America is with its people. Very disgruntled.
Yes.
Very. And on a note, I know people have a problem with Elon Musk and the things. And so I'm still going to say it. One of the best things that our ancestors died for is freedom to vote. And whatever you vote for, I just feel as though there should be no judgment either way.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember, but there was a time where blacks couldn't vote. And that was a thing. Now that we can vote, we're divided on we black, we vote this. I ain't feeling that. And trust me, I suffered for that. But I didn't vote because I don't believe in our system anymore.
No, clearly
So I'm always neutral. I don't believe in our government system. It has failed me so many times. It has failed me with health. It has failed me with money. It has failed me with food. It has failed me with taxes. I'm just saddened by our economic and our government.
Yes.
With war, we're always getting in a fight with someone. I'm just saddened by our government, and that's where I feel. So I don't have a Democrat or a Republican. I grew up definitely I grew up Democrat. The last person I voted for was Barack Obama. After that, my heart has just sunk down to my toes. I just have no belief in our system. And I don't care who can bring patriotism and the love for this country and who can turn it around and make things better. Right. That's my hope. But I don't think we're going to have that.
No, not in 4 years at least.
Not in 4 years, not in 10. And you know what? I've been on this earth a long time, and I can tell you, it's done gone from worse to bad to worse to miserable.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but I just don't believe in our government anymore. And that's why I tapped out. So everything I say is always neutral. So now you know where I stand. Baby Crone, she's just starting out.
Yes.
She hasn't made a full decision yet.
Mm-mm.
But right now, you feel what? About the government. How do you feel?
That honestly there needs to be change. And
Definitely.
I'm just waiting for the change. Whoever brings that change.
Make that change.
Yes.
That's what I want.
I'm sitting at the edge of my seat in anticipation.
And I don't know who, when, what, or how.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just know I just want to make America great again. Yes. We are in debt. I just see, I can't even, that's why I stay out of politics. But when it was voting, I was just being neutral to what was, but it cost me, so you can't even be neutral. But I had to speak it on this because of what's going on about Barack.
Yeah.
Do I think he's cheated? And I truly do. He's a powerful man. That's what the cards say. He's a giant. And well, when you look at the reading,
maybe you could do a reading on, I'm not sure. There's just theories and rumors that people think Melania Trump is not happy in her marriage.
I will read on that. That will be the next one. Thank you, baby Crone.
You're welcome.
Look out for it. I'll probably put it up one day next week. Now, with that being said, and we talked about Sexy Red, just desecration of the of our leader. He was a leader. He was
yeah.
It's just no respect. Enough is enough. And that's all I got to say about that.
To end it on a lighter note,
yes,
speaking
please.
Of Sexy Red and also the state of our country.
Yes.
Bruno Mars and Sexy Red did a collaboration called Fat, Juicy, and Wet. It was fitting for Sexy Red. I was surprised from Bruno Mars, actually.
I was, but he's in debt, and he's like, I'm going to get a part of the scene, make some money. He's out from allegedly, he's out there and Las Vegas gambling up. So maybe he needed the money, but I like the song. It's catchy.
Yeah, it is catchy.
It's catchy. I'm not going to take that away. However, I don't know why Lady Gaga was in it or
and Rosé from Blackpink.
I don't know, but I looked at the video. I don't know. I thought it had a funky beat to it, but you know what? To each his own. Anything else we missing?
No, I don't think so.
Well, we got it out. This is news, and this is all we have, and that's it. That's it, folks.
Yeah.
And we thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoy it. We just try to give you a little tap of boop, boop. This is what's going on. Yes, we try not to get too deep, but we just try to keep you up and what they call it. We're trying to keep you in the loop. And this is what was going on in the world around us. And with that being said, we hope that you subscribe. Yes. We hope you thumb us up. And we hope you play it forward. And most of all, we hope that you like our content. We so love you and we so appreciate you. And we thank you for your support all the time. Yes. And with that being said, you know what we say? Sunflowers.